Greetings and welcome to the latest episode of Preserve the 80s. I will be keeping this one brief as it is 97 degrees out today. Very uncomfortable, and something outside smells terrible, sort of like a mix of, I would say it's a combination of fertilizer, dead fish, sulfur, and I don't know, maybe some decayed ham thrown in there. It's a strange combination of odors, but due to that, I have my windows up, and it's, as I said, 97 degrees, so it's quite hot in here. I'm at the Portland Burger King. I don't go to Portland very often. It's just one town east of where I live, across the Connecticut River. But I pretty much only come here for Dairy Queen or Burger King. And there's a Burger King west of me too, which I usually go to. And I don't go to Dairy Queen nearly as often as I once did since they've dropped the Orange Julius. But to get to the point, I am here today because when I was working earlier today, I happened to see an ad indicating that the Southwest Bacon Whopper has come to Burger King. My heart leapt with joy when I saw that, because it essentially it's the same thing as a California Whopper that we had back in 2011. There are a few slight differences. For one thing, this version contains Fritos in it. I guess to say contains and then in it is a bit redundant, but it happened, no going back now. But this version has Fritos, the other did not. The other one came with Swiss cheese. This one comes with American, but I get it without cheese anyway, so no real difference. After Hurricane Irene hit, I was without electricity for 2 weeks. It was quite miserable. I credit the California Whopper with getting me through that period where there is no running water or air conditioning and such. It was a bad time, but I would live through it again for the California Whopper. Or so I would have if it weren't for the fact that we essentially have it back now. I also have some root beer, which I'm going to take a little bit of because I'm getting a little overheated. So you can see it has, well, you probably can't see it. Let me move this upward. Size of regular Whopper, and it has onions and lettuce and tomatoes. There's guacamole in it. There's also some sort of, I don't know, some sort of orange sauce, which I really hope isn't cheese sauce. That I was not aware of. So I guess in that way it does differ from the California Whopper, because that didn't have sauce on it, just the guacamole. But there's also some Fritos in here. A little hard to see. I will pull one out for you. The Southwest isn't really as far south as you would think. If you were to walk in a straight line from San Diego to the East Coast, you wind up right around Charleston, South Carolina. So Florida extends pretty on southward, but even Georgia and parts of South Carolina would be south of California's southernmost point. Kind of another interesting geography fact. Los Angeles is kind of considered to be in the southwestern corner of the country, but California curves inland a bit toward its southern region, and Reno, Nevada is actually west of Los Angeles, California. It's very good. It doesn't taste exactly like the California Whopper did, as it does have the Fritos and whatever that sauce is, but I'm happy to report that it's not cheese. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it doesn't taste like cheese. It might be the same as the zesty sauce that they put on the onion rings. I got some onion rings too. They've fallen into the bag. But, yeah, this is what passes for a large now. This meal cost me $12.33. I didn't get any special upgrades or anything. When the California Whopper was out in 2011, large meal with that was, I believe $7.99. So times have changed, and not for the better, but I'm still happy to have this burger. The Fritos were an interesting choice. I've had them in tacos before and in burritos, but I believe this is the first time I've ever seen that done with a burger, so that's innovative. The texture is a bit off-putting, but not horrible. It's just different. Takes a little getting used to, but the flavor is good. We'll try an onion ring now. Well, I suppose I really don't have much else left to say on this topic, so in closing, I would encourage you to try this Southwest Bacon Whopper if you have not done so already. And if you remember the California Whopper and you miss it, I would especially encourage you to try it out. It's not exactly the same, but it's probably the closest thing we will ever get to having it back in this lifetime. Farewell.